I'm Hillary Kennedy, and this is the USU Soccer Show. Thanks for the feedback on last month's show, and feel free to do the same by posting a comment or giving us a story idea on our Facebook page, or send us an email at theshow@ususoccer.org. This month, we're focusing on soccer at a higher level. We're going to take a look at a tournament in the U.S. that brings teams from all over the world to compete and learn about the various cultures involved. We'll catch up with a former USU Soccer Maguire Cup winner now playing in the MLS and speak to a few college coaches about making it to the next level. All right, let's kick things off by hearing from an old friend. Andre Akpan was part of the four-time national championship team Dallas Texans '88 that took home the storied Maguire Cup in 2007. We caught up with him to find out how life as a professional soccer player is treating him.
You know, I grew up with a lot of these guys. Some of them I've been playing with since I was probably 7 or 8, and you know, it's been very much a family environment. And our coach has been talking about this the last few years. He's like, enjoy these few years because, even if you guys go on to play college or pro, or you're never going to have a better team than this. You're never going to have that camaraderie and that chemistry. So,
my youth career with the Dallas Texans, especially those last 3 years, meant a lot to me. Those kind of the days that really helped me to realize that soccer was something that I wanted to do, and that the work that it took to get there. That last game, right here in Dallas in front of my home crowd, and it was a special moment. We all were going our separate ways for good at that point, and so it was the best feeling you could have to go out on top with a bunch of guys that I'd played with since I was little. My desire coming straight out of high school is that I knew I wanted to play professionally. Education was also a big factor for my family, so I just kind of explored options, what coaches were interested in me, and I talked to the Harvard coach, John Kerr at the time, and he was really excited about where the program was going, and I saw the players that were coming in, and I thought this could be a good setup. A program with aspirations, and that's what I want, and obviously it turned out pretty well. I studied economics at Harvard. Not too sure how I'm going to tie that in just yet, so I'm just kind of focused on doing as well as I can in soccer before I have to get tied down to a real job. We try to stay away from too much Ivy League talk in the locker room. We get a lot of flack from the rest of the guys. But that's a sign of where the Ivy League has come from and where it's going right now in soccer, and hopefully that trend continues in MLS. My parents have definitely been the biggest influence. They've worked so hard throughout my childhood for me to have every opportunity that I had, and I can't thank them enough. And I just think I come from a family that's very determined and very anxious to achieve things, and that's what I'm trying to do now. Getting my first professional goal was something really special. Something that I wasn't able to do last year. We wouldn't have too many games, and that's kind of the life of a rookie sometimes. But it was exciting. Coming out of preseason, I felt like I had a good preseason, and my first real minutes this year, getting a goal, it felt really good. Made a point of making sure I got my jersey after the game from the kit man, so it felt pretty good. Being paid to do what you love is, that's a dream come true. It never really feels like work when you're getting paid to go play soccer for an hour and a half, 2 hours a day. So it really is anything that every kid could ever ask for.
If any of you know a former player doing something outstanding with their lives, we want to know about it. Email us at theshow@ususoccer.org. A lot of youth players dream to someday become a professional, and as Major League Soccer continues to expand, so do the opportunities. One program that was created to find the next big star is called Sueño. Let's hear more.
Sueño was here to invite players from different communities, especially Hispanic community in this case, and giving them the opportunity to be seen by the coaches.
I'm Cesar Herrera. I'm 17. I'm from Duncanville, Texas.
I'm Noel Martinez. I'm 13 years old, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm Francisco Galicia. I'm 15 years old. I come from Fort Worth.
My name is Gerardo Esparza. I'm 15. I come from Denton, Texas.
I'm Oscar Gutierrez. I'm from Hudson City, and I want to be a professional soccer player.
I think it's a great event. Since we are approaching to especially players that many of them are not in the system. Many of these kids are participating in non-affiliate leagues or don't have the opportunity to be seen by coaches for one reason or other. So it's a big community. There's a big group that we are approaching with Sueño. But also for the ones who are in the system and wants to come and be seen by the coaches and participate in the tournament and maybe just be evaluating from a different point of view, or coaches or teams. So it is a very extended group that we cover with Sueño.
Hi, my name is Christian Lugo. I'm from Mesquite and I'm 14.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Roses. I'm from Texarkana, Texas, and I'm 16 years old.
My name is Omar Linares. I'm 15 years old and I live in Irving, Texas.
Ivan Jimenez. I'm 15 years old and I came to see if I have what it takes to become pro.
Many of the Hispanic kids are not in the system. So they participate, as I said before, in the non-affiliate leagues. As many of these families probably don't have the financial resources to come and pay in a classic league or another organized tournament. So they are waiting for opportunities like this to be seen by coaches. So they come, participate, and actually we have found a lot of talent. A lot of kids that maybe they don't know that it was a system to play in. It's just natural for them being in the barrio, in their community, and play just freely in the parks. So they see that there's some organization like Sueño coming together, and then they want to participate, and you discover a lot of talent there. Sometimes we concentrate a lot on the winner of Sueño. What is the winner of Sueño? And we think that they are the only ones who have the opportunity to continue their career or the path that we are creating for them. But the most important part for us is that many of these kids in Sueño, we do follow up with them, and they come into practices and they bloom after, you know, and happened already with 3 players for the first Sueño MLS that didn't win it, but they continue on the system in our local teams. And then after that, they became academy players. And after the academy players, they signed a contract with the professional team. And now they are playing for FC Dallas. And they didn't win the first Sueño, but they follow up. So the important of Sueño is the follow-up that we can do with these players. Not for the winners, not just for them. Sueño MLS is a great window for them. In soccer, there is many opportunities, there is many ways, there is many paths that you can get to and become a professional player. And I say to the players all the time, being a professional player is not easy. That's why we don't want to promise things to everyone and say you're going to be a pro team or you're going to make a pro team. Be a professional player is very difficult, but they understand that many paths can take into them. And Sueño MLS is one of them. Sueño MLS is a window for these guys that are not in the system, kids that are in the community that are not identified. These kids have the opportunity to come and show up and say, this is what I got. And that's what Sueño has.
It takes hard work and leadership to compete at the highest levels. Many of our young female viewers told us that they were interested in someday coaching at the next level, and they wanted to know what it took to get there. So we figured we would just ask.
After graduating from Notre Dame and then going to play in the league for a little bit, I knew that I wasn't ready to give soccer up completely. So me just staying involved in the game and knowing that, okay, I'm done playing, how can I impact the girls' lives and still being involved in the game of soccer. So I realized that I wanted to be a coach, and college is where I want to be. Just because I think it's so important that the girls in the college level have a good female role model to look up to. So I think it's important that we try to get more female coaches out in the college game.
I enjoy the job because there's so many different aspects to the job. There's the recruiting aspect, there is the development aspect, both on the field and off the field of the young players. There's the academic side, which I really enjoy. I'm kind of a nerd. I went to Cal. I like school. I'm going to start my master's in the fall. And just kind of directing the kids and kind of, if they've got questions on the road, we're running study hall, working with our academic advisors in terms of figuring out, what classes they have to take, kind of what their career path is going to be post-college.
The game has grown so much, and and all the schools are wanting to put more into it to be more successful, to have better teams, and then you see the growth of youth soccer across the country, and there's so much, there's such a huge investment, both time, money, and this is the result. There's kids everywhere.
What I enjoy most about the college game and coaching in it is just experiencing the girls and going through it, because I'm recently removed, and so I know what it takes to get to that high level. I know the intensity and how competitive you have to be to compete, and what I like is being there for the girls and letting them know, like, hey, listen, we're here to play soccer, but we're here to have fun. And just watching them grow from the beginning of the fall even to the end of the spring is so important to me, realizing that it's more than just soccer, it's their lives, and it's a 4-year decision of where they're going to be. Even though it's a 4-year decision, it's a 40-year decision at the end of the day, because this is where they're at, and this is going to impact their lives further down the road. The thing that I would say to young females, especially out of college, wanting to still coach in the games, is just be around. Whether it's club, whether it's you're going to volunteer at a college game, just the more you learn and you get around other coaches to see their different coaching styles, you're going to learn so much, and every coach has a different philosophy, and just being around them, learning from them, and just taking it in, kind of being like a sponge, like you were as a player, but now you're as a coach, and now you're trying to impact the girls and be a role model for them.
Playing at the highest level you can play. If you can play top college level, but also if you can go and play some professional soccer overseas or in the WPS, I think that gives some credibility to you as a coach. Starting doing your coaching licenses early, because it's a long process and you want to get the highest license you can get. I'm currently taking my European license, so even at my age I'm still trying to improve my coaching, and I think that's what you want to do. If you're really going to become a good coach, you want to see it as a lifelong learning process. But we need more women coaches, and when I work for the national team, I encourage like Abby Wambach, start getting your licenses, because she could make a fantastic coach, and we need more like her in the game.
As a college coach, you kind of have to put things in perspective. You want to develop one of the top teams in the country. Ultimately, you want to win a championship, but you're also responsible for developing well-rounded student athletes. And at the end of the day, they're not going to make $1 million playing college soccer, so you need to make sure that when they hit college that they're also focusing on what their career path is going to be in the future. And through developing a competitive team, they're going to grow skills that help them become more successful in life in general, not just on the soccer field.